Hello and welcome to the Mike Guarneri podcast. This is episode number 62, 62. And as I promised in yesterday's podcast, before I get into the seventh area out of eight in yoga, I'm going to do my self promotion up front in the beginning. So, my new book is coming out on April 17th. It's called Anxiety Alchemy: How to Improve Mental Health with Ancient Wisdom. It's going to be a physical book with actual covers and spine and pages you can turn. And the best part about it is I am selling it for cost. So all you'd have to pay is the actual printing cost and shipping to your location. I am making zero money on it. I want to get this book into the hands as many people who may benefit from it. I think I've devised quite a novel system to attack specific anxieties, especially recurring ones. Um, and I think it could help a lot of people. So let me give you a little bit of a breakdown today, some new information on what exactly is included in the chapters. So the book, to somewhat of an extent, is going to be story driven, following a particular character who I won't name right now through their battle with anxiety, a specific anxiety, and how they use the anxiety alchemy system to relieve that anxiety. And there was going to be also 8 chapters dedicated to, I'm sorry, 7 chapters. What am I saying? I'm thinking eight parts of yoga. There's going to be 7 chapters devoted to the actual alchemical process. One for each process or stage or operation, I believe it's called technically, and what it is physically, and how I'm using it or how it should be used in anxiety alchemy. And it continues the story of that character and how they use this step to address their specific anxiety. So, for example, there'll be a chapter on Operation One, calcination, and what it is, what it would mean to a physical alchemist, and what I propose you do under my system, and give an example of how it works. So that'll encompass 7 chapters. There's an intro chapter. There's a chapter about the story of this person. There's a chapter about anxiety. There's a chapter about alchemy in general. And I close it off with pulling all the parts out of the chapters, all the specific instructions out of each chapter, and putting it in one chapter as kind of a checklist at the end for you. So I can't wait to get it back from the printer and publisher, a proof copy to see what it looks like. I'm really excited about it. And at the conclusion of that book launch on April 17th, I am planning on starting an actual physical monthly newsletter. And there'll be more information about that coming down the line. So, what you need to do is head over to mikeguarneri.com. The link is in the description and sign up for my email list. That is going to be the best way and possibly the only way that you will get information about my book and my newsletter and what's going on. And most importantly, to get the link to buy my book at cost when it's released on April 17th. So I was about to say until tomorrow, but nope, I'm doing it backwards today. So let's get into the meat of it. We're on the seventh part of yoga, and it's called Dhyana. And Dhyana is a meditative practice similar to Dharna. The practice of Dhyana is usually preceded by Dharna. They kind of go together, concentration and meditation. So those two are similar, except during Dhyana, you reach a state of being where you're so completely immersed in meditation that it becomes part of your consciousness. Another difference is that Dhyana is wider in scope than Dharna as well. And they usually go together. Usually you'd start with the Dharna and then go into the Dhyana. It's not like you would do the Dhyana without having done the Dharna first. They kind of go together, and also probably even, maybe even the pratyahara, because that's kind of a precursor to both of those. So I kind of get the feeling that you kind of really need to do these in order, or maybe in certain cases you could do them concurrently, but in general, you kind of have to follow the order that I've been discussing each part of yoga with you. So tomorrow is going to be the last one of the 8 parts of yoga, and that's samadhi. So until tomorrow, stay well.